Hi everyone, it's Winter here again, but as I said before, you guys can call me Sam. I'm making this video today to talk a little bit about my inspiration behind starting the Triforce series, so far the Power of Faith. So I guess to answer that question, which I have been vague about for those of you who have asked in the past, I guess I have to start at the beginning. The Legend of Zelda has been a part of my life for quite a while now. I started playing them back when I was in grade 9. A friend of mine who has been my friend for quite a few years, he'd been talking about them for years, and I just sort of nodded along and kind of moved on the conversation. But one day, when we were on our 40-minute bus ride to high school, it was our winter exams. This was in my first year of high school, and I think it was like my first or second exam, so I was really nervous. All of a sudden, he pulls out Twilight Princess for the Wii, and he's like, look at this, I'm gonna bring it to school for, I think he was like taking it to a friend. Anyway, so I was like looking at it, and I'm like, oh, so this is what you've been talking about for like 7 years. And he's like, yeah, no, this is the game series I was talking about. Do you want to borrow it? So I did, and I think I completed Twilight Princess in about a month. And since then, he just kind of kept lending me games. Like, I played Ocarina of Time first on the GameCube, and then I played Wind Waker on the GameCube, which, let me tell you guys, traveling on GameCube in Wind Waker takes forever. Like, I didn't even do everything in that game, and it took me a month and a half to play. Like, traveling is so slow. I don't recommend it if you guys don't have time to play it. Like, playing it on the Wii U in HD is so much faster because you have the fast sale. And then I was supposed to play Phantom Hourglass, but I used to play it in drama class, and I was trying to go through the tutorial when a friend of mine took it and started playing it. And he got to, like, the first temple. And I hadn't completed the tutorial area, so I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to, like, slash my sword. I didn't know how to roll, like... So I just gave it back to Jake, the guy who I was lending them from, who got me into Zelda. And I never really picked it up again. But that was also around the same time that they were hinting at Breath of the Wild before they named it that. So most of my high school career was spent looking for any new information on Breath of the Wild with my friends. So Breath of the Wild was greatly anticipated for me. I mean, I had spent like 4 years of my life waiting for it, waiting for any new information, whether it be like on the horses or how big the world was going to be, or like having no loading screens. Like, that is still something I'm psyched about. And when it finally did come out, it was a Friday. March 3rd was a Friday. I had pre-ordered it, so I got the game for the Wii U, all the amiibos that were out, except, or no, I shouldn't say all of them. I don't have the Bokoblin or the Guardian, so I really only have, I only have Zelda. And right here. So I only have, like, the Link and Horse amiibo. I have this horse. This is Everest. This is Everest in the Power of Faith. He's so beautiful. Okay. And then I have Zelda, which is probably the most useless amiibo, but she's really pretty. And then I have Archer Link. So I got all of these things on March 3rd, and I literally came home. I brought my Wii U home to play it, and my mom didn't see me for 3 days. But the craziest thing is, I barely made it off the plateau. Like, I finished the plateau, and I made it to Kakariko Village, and I think I just started the memories, and all of a sudden it was Sunday night, and I was heading back to Res. So, like, this game took me about 3 weeks to finish the timeline. I had a bunch of friends who would, like, come out and chill in my room, because I was the only one who had it. We would all chill in my room and just watch me or watch whoever play it. So it was definitely a really awesome experience being able to play my first playthrough with, like, 3 of my closest friends. But I guess why I wanted to write the Triforce series is I wanted a piece of what other people were working on. I mean, just after I finished my first playthrough of Breath of the Wild, I saw people starting to post their own views of Breath of the Wild, where you'd see, like, what they thought of the memories, what order they were in, and then their experience of playing through Breath of the Wild through Link's eyes, and then what they thought happened post-Calamity. And I guess I wanted a piece of that. It always seemed like some of the fics I read were absolutely beautiful, and yeah, no, I guess I really wanted to just be a part of that. But of course, I, the overachiever, didn't want to just go for like Legend of Zelda franchise and go like straight Z-Link. No, I decided to combine Voltron and Legend of Zelda, but that's not a decision I regret. It's been very interesting looking at how Keith and Lance are evolving in their relationship. I know a lot of people were like, when are they going to talk? Or when, like, how is this going to work for them? Are they going to be okay? Like, are you following the timeline? Like, are they going to get along? And yes, they do get along, I promise. If you haven't figured it out at this point, yes, they get along very well. And it's also been really interesting, like, taking the champions' personalities from the game and combining them with Voltron's side of it. Like, I never expected Shiro was going to be a bird. And here we are. But I have to say, Shiro works really well as Rivali. And it's been really interesting being able to have my own creative interpretation of it. Like, yes, for my document of, like, planning everything I have planned for Power of Faith, I have it color-coded, for starters. Like, I have everything planned to a T. But at the same time, like, I have so much... what's the right word here? I have so many places I can go with this. I don't have to stick with the timeline, which I think is really, really cool. And I'm able to insert things that never would have been able to be in Breath of the Wild's in, like, with the original characters, because I have the Voltron characters. Like, I can go more into a backstory of how Keith and Pidge became friends, and I can give Keith and Shiro a whole new relationship that Link and Rivali did not get in Breath of the Wild, and I get to explore more of Lance and his father's relationship, see a little more of how it sort of built up. And, like, that's not something we got to see a whole lot of in Breath of the Wild between Zelda and her father, and that was definitely something I wanted to explore here. And I should also mention that Power of Faith is not the only story I have planned. It is part of the Triforce series, as I briefly mentioned at the beginning. So the Power of Faith is the first installment, but the second installment is called The Wisdom of Will. It will be taking place in both Keith and Lance's point of view once Keith wakes up from his 100-year sleep of restoration. And the final story is called The Courage of Love, and it will be taking place after that. If you did notice, power, wisdom, and courage are all sides of the Triforce, hence the Triforce series. I know, I'm a nerd. I apologize. But I thought of it, and I was like, this is what I have to do. This is how it's going to be. And I don't know. As I said, I definitely wanted to write it for both you as my readers and for me. It's my biggest challenge as a fic so far. I mean, yes, 3 seconds is my largest fic so far, but actually on the topic of 3 seconds, it is on pause. I've wrapped it off so far at chapter 30, and yes, it's been a couple months since I've posted. I'm so sorry. But right around the time I finished chapter 30, that's pretty well where I started planning the Power of Faith. I've started chapter 31. It's in Lance's point of view, and they're just about to head off to competition. But I've been working on it consistently since about October, and I guess I just need to pause on it. I need to reevaluate where it's going to go. Well, I mean, I know where it's going to go. I know how it's going to end. But just sort of like the little tidbits along the way that are going to get them there, I guess. So, yes, 3 seconds is on pause. But Power of Faith and the rest of the series will not be on pause anytime soon. I would like to finish them within the year. Like before, well, I shouldn't say within this year. Within a year. I plan to write consistently. Like, this is something that has taken hold of me. I will finish this series. It will be the biggest amount of writing I have done for a single fic or a single series in all of my time writing, but I want this to be a fic I'm known for, or a series I'm known for, if it's even just of how passionate I am for it. Like, I love the amount of readers I have, and I'm so thankful that you guys are here to experience this with me. I am. It means a lot to me that you guys are enjoying this as much as I am enjoying writing this and doing this, honestly. And I hope you guys enjoy the journey as much as I will, but I don't know, well, we'll see how it goes. Oh, and if you guys have any questions for me, like, I know I'm a pretty private person, like, I don't tend to leave my apartment a lot outside of, like, classes and work, and I've never been very open in that regard, but I'm not saying that I'm not open. I would love to be more open. I feel like if I'm not asked, then I wouldn't, like, give out the kind of information you guys might want. So if you guys have any questions, like, about me or about the Triforce series, about any fics I might write in the future, feel free to hit me up. Like, leave comments on this video, or go to my Tumblr, which I've listed at the top of my Patreon page, or even my Ko-fi. Like, feel free to leave comments anywhere. Like, I will get back to you as soon as possible. I would love to hear from you guys, and I would love to hear from you guys. But this video has gone on long enough for me and my rambling. This is like my fourth run now, and my cat's just like, what are you doing? Are you done yet? So I should wrap this off, but thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope to do more of these videos in the future of just little things, like maybe my thoughts behind a certain aspect of a chapter, or how my life's going, whatever things you guys want to hear about. So thank you very much for watching, and this is Winter signing out. Bye.